Basketball is a beautiful thing, especially NBA playoff basketball, but one of the most ugly things that's been spoken about lately is Hack-a-Shaq. Greg Popovich, coach of the San Antonio Spurs, champions this very kind of outside-the-box, ugly free throw motive. He's been doing it to DeAndre Jordan. What do you think, Wendy, of this policy he's been using for the last few years?
Well, I see it differently. That's one of my pet peeves. The goal of the game is to put the ball in the basket. You're an NBA player. You're paid to work on your game, make your free throws. It's the only way to stop the Hack-a-Shaq. And that's one of the biggest issues I have with the game. With those young professionals, you need to work on your basics, hit your free throws. I mean, we shouldn't change the rule for 3-4 players that can't hit their free throws. And yes, it slows the game down. It nearly cost the Spurs. I mean, the last game. However, I do feel that you can't give an advantage to somebody that lacks a certain skills. That's the way I see it.
Phil, Adam Silver has been asked what to do about this. Right now, I think it's no fouling in the last 2 minutes of the game in situations like this. He's on kind of 50-50. He wants that entertainment value, but also sees kind of the strategic motive behind what Popovich. And now other teams are slowly starting to do it as well, by the way. What would you do if you're Adam Silver?
I would let it happen. I think long term, this is going to force kids coming through the system to work on their free throws. I always found it fairly inexcusable how Shaquille O'Neal was never able to hit his free throws. You're a professional athlete, you have all the best trainers in the world. If you really have to, shoot underhand. Grab Rick Barry and make it happen. Yeah, and Wilt. But honestly, I think it's one of those things. It's a strategic point. He has every right to do that, and it shows a weakness. It makes Doc come back and have to play Spencer Hawes, and then that reevaluates how much is DeAndre Jordan worth, because you can't keep him on the floor. And DeAndre Jordan should take this as a challenge, as every other superstar has, coming back and after the summer and fixing this. I mean, you know what? I haven't played high-level basketball like these guys, obviously, but it seems to me that with all this money and time, you should be able to fix this, right? If Steph Curry could change a shot from shooting from the hip to being one of the most classically pure shooters in the game, you can hit some free throws.
One of the arguments our friend Dwight Walton made is that Popovich could start doing this at tip-off. There could be arguably 3-hour, 4-hour basketball games. What do you, as a kind of from a fan perspective, what are the evils of kind of Hack-a-Shaq going on full term?
Well, for sure, the game's longer. We were all about like the show and the spectacle, and it does lesser the show that we see. But again, like I said, hit your free throws. I think the way I see it, it's a skill. It's one. I mean, you're paid millions to learn to shoot, and there's no excuse to me as to not have those Dwight Howard, Andre Drummond is horrible. Mm-hmm. Rajon Rondo, it's a guard that can't shoot to save his life. I can't stand it.
Make your free throws, guys.
That's it.